that bad. Right. I still read all the motivational. Hi, good morning. I read all the motivational flyers. Hey.
You don't get to the front to the stage of a concert by doing that.
Their website is not. I think I need to call them. I'll do it.
So this good? That one's mine. Not bad. She knows everywhere. Did I say you're doing 25? I'm with the kids. How could you tell? Third rock, second grade. We became 75 years old.
Oh.
That's a great school. You guys have kids? Bring them to Bird Rock.
I don't have
Aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews, send them to Bird Rock. Is the mayor not coming to this?
He can sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think he's in DC today.
Oh.
I read
What's he doing there?
housing summit.
Oh, cool.
Some kind of housing something.
Some YIMBY stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I just saw it.
What committee appointment?
Homeless TOT tax 2020 Measure C funds homeless services. Yeah, sorry. About $80 million in hotel taxes. We're getting appointed today. It's a brand new committee, so it's never existed.
Very cool. Look at their different. There you go, man. We just gotta fix the elevator before we gotta go. I cannot walk down both places.
Is it broke?
I think it's just slow, like one half. Somebody was stuck in there. Like on the left, and they kept pushing Can't get over those shirts. No, let's hope not. You've got to signal. You can't be wearing Ferragamo. No. Took your valid pocket. Probably has something.
There was a time when I had that.
How did you get to where you are now?
I build apartments for different owners. I build apartment buildings and worked in housing, building association.
So that's a developer? Okay. Which one?
Oh, I work for myself now, but I used to work for Lennar.
Oh, okay.
Before that, yeah, and then a planning commission. Yeah, Lennar, I did a lot of like the Otay Mesa, like a lot of the subdivisions. Done a lot of 3 months in Sorrento Mesa, managed that new community. Which that's all city of San Diego. Sorrento is east of Del. It's basically East Del Mar. People think of it as East Del Mar. It's still city. And then Otay Mesa, that's the border. It's south of the city.
It's Chula Vista, but that's city.
Yeah, city. So you go city up here, then you go to but then there's still city land out there. It's like an island at the bottom.
I'm saying there's majorly too?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people don't. If you look at the city limits of San Diego, it's very. There's islands and things.
It's like a whole southern division in the police department that's down there. Just for that area. I remember that's one tour that's that night. Montgomery High School, for example, was part of the San Diego down there. Very close to the mesa.
Yeah.
Like is Donovan in San Diego? Donovan?
I don't know what
That's the jail. So state prison. It's right on the border.
Yeah. Everything from San Isidro east on the highway out is city of San Diego. Once you go to the amphitheater north of there, that's Chula Vista.
Okay, gotcha. So how are we going to fix them? High density kind of accept services for the electric department.
Yeah, there's a couple parts. Some people are in housing, they're homeless. It's about a couple years now.
Yeah, that's so long.
And then aside from this, the other in terms of sheltering, a lot of people don't. There's people that will go and accept it and try. Just other people who want to go. You cannot have an addiction in the shelter.
Pets.
You cannot bring. Well, pets don't actually try to look at they're struggling with addiction. If you've ever seen an episode of Intervention, but they will not accept saying you're going to go to that shelter means you're going to accept services and you're going to try to help them.
That's when they send you out. But maybe you get them in.
And some people, and sometimes there's success stories where people just make it.
I'm gonna open up the still rooms. If you guys, if that's the only thing you're gonna have to cycle.
Drive each officer can say it's here if you want it. Once they get it, it's trying to just help them stabilize them, keep them low at return rates. Yeah, but there's no one solution.
Is Lucky Duck still doing anything? Are you familiar with them? That's like the owners of the Padres who passed a couple of years back. They had something called Lucky Duck where they were just going out and just a different approach as well. Kind of direct. The city still work with Father Jeremy and stuff like this.
They've had, I think the last one we had a point in time, they do an annual point in time count where they, once a year, they count, they do a survey. And the last one, which is about a month ago, overall homelessness, but unsheltered homelessness is down by 11%. So, the amount living in shelters and overall we got people into shelters, so that's has been a little bit more successful.
Yeah, there's two people in my neighborhood who are unhoused, no drug addiction issues, maybe mild mental health. Mild, right? And I'm like, oh gosh, I wish I had a bathroom in my garage.
The really, and the politics of it is that the city of San Diego, they, because of their politics, are more willing to provide the services to build a shelter to do it. North County cities, why would we want this? You have to do your part, and that's something. It's one of the things I said about Airbnb thesis. I said, do you know the county doesn't have any here?
I know we do.
So we're not adapting for all these other years. So a big part of what this committee is us writing letters to put in the email and putting the government in the press to. Why can't the county do a parking lot? Why can't they build a shelter? The city has to impose our shelter beds are full, and we're proposing our shelters in the and San just doesn't want to build all those cities up there don't want to do it.
Say it again.
Chula Vista's a little better.
Hear us? Yeah. Yes.
Hallway once rejected homeless veterans shelter. The city council is doing that.
All right, I think we're ready. So before I convene this meeting, I ask you to join me in a round of applause for the city clerk's team and the IT team. As I mentioned earlier, the goal will be to do the entire morning session here. Pictures in chambers, because this is kind of a lousy place to do pictures for proclamations. All of you for your patience here. I know some of you were here for the very, very first. All right, ready?
Carry their legacy forward, ensuring that their traditions continue to thrive in gratitude and strength. We stand with the Kumeyaay Nation, connected to our past and committed to a thriving future. Please face the flag, hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
All right, Deputy Clerk, please go over how the public can offer their testimony.
I will now highlight the slide on the screen that reviews how the public can offer their public testimony during today's meeting. I'll summarize the slide on the screen. Please note that the timeout. Please complete a speaker slip located at the entrance of chambers and bring it to the front of the room. Council ambassadors are available near the entrance of this room and can assist with questions and speaker slips. No further in-person testimony will be taken once the city council.
Thank you. With that, we will now dispense with the approval. Please proceed with public comment.
The public comment period for the proclamation per item per person. If you would like to speak on 3 or more items, you will have a maximum of 3 minutes. The proclamation items being approved are items 30, 31, S500, and S504. We will begin with in-person public comment. Jason Cox, please come forward. You'll have 1 minute to speak on item S504.
Good morning, everybody. Now I'm speaking today as a resident of Oak Park and a frequent patron of the Oak Park Library. I've probably been down there 5 times for books, maybe 15 or 10 for community events, but the rest for my it means to be a librarian. And I would want to call out his active role in supporting the community, be it the Friends of the Library or the Oak Park Youth Corps, and say that he's been exceptional. But what I really want to highlight today is the fact that for Mark, it has never been exceptional. It's just a Tuesday. I've never seen someone so professional, so nonchalant, and yet so compassionate and helpful at the same time. He has proven that pragmatism does not preclude activism, and in doing so, rather than exceeding the standards for librarians, he's lifted them up to his. He's the quintessence of what it means to be a librarian in the 21st century, and he's a true public servant. I hope he can serve as a model for all those who come after him, and we're truly sad to see him go.
Thank you for your comment. Our next speaker is Lisa Solis. You do have time ceded to you by one other individual, Eric Bonatau. Are you here? Could you raise your hand, please? Oh, thank you very much. You will have a total of 2 minutes.
Good morning. Good morning, City Council. And on behalf of Bird Rock Elementary School, I'm Eric Bonatau, school principal. I'm happy that you can acknowledge our 75th anniversary. And with that, we have a little bit of a serenade for you. But first, let me introduce our music teacher, Miss Solis.
Good morning. We're so excited to be here at City Council today. We have our students here. When I found out that we were having this celebration, I thought it was really important for everybody to know that we are Pelicans. We're Pelicans. What do you say? Our motto, we have, what's that called? The person, the pelican. Our slogan is the pelican. And we are not pelicans, we are pelicans. And we love Dr. Bonatau. We call him Dr. B at Bird Rock. So you'll hear him mentioned in this song. And I have today with me Avery, Talia, Petra, and Campbell. And they're going to be singing our song, It's Great to Be a Pelican.
It's great to be a pelican. Reach for the stars again and again. Dr. B leads the way. Yeah, we live, we learn, we give and play. We dance and sing the pelican way. We live, we learn, we give and play. We dance and sing the pelican way.
Thank you. Our next speaker is James Andridge. James. Speaking on item 30 for policy.
Thank Council President LaCava and the members of the City Council. Thank you today for recognizing Pollinator Week 2026. As someone who studies bees and representing the City of San Diego Bee City Initiative, pollinators are not just a symbol of nature. They are part of our working infrastructure of healthy ecosystems. In San Diego, they support canyons, parks, gardens, native plants, and even food. And therefore, they're a really valuable part of our city. And I'm especially grateful that the city has taken a leadership role in the Mayor's Monarch Pledge, and particularly for supporting AB 2254, the Monarch Protection Bill. Protecting monarch overwintering habitats in our California coast is exactly the kind of practical, science-based action that can make a real difference. So I think pollinator protection, with the city's help, is not just abstract. We can dedicate ourselves to reducing chemicals, to planting biodiverse, water, drought-tolerant native plants, and bringing our actions to make a real difference. Thank you for helping San Diego take the lead in this.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Max Schmidt. You have filed a slip to speak to items 3031 S500 and S504, so you will have a total of 3 minutes.
Hi, I just wanted to say that I'm strongly opposed to all we've got June 22nd to 28th Pollinator Week, June 30th Shauna Anderson Day, August 26th Bird Rock Elementary Day, June 25th Mark Davis Day. I'm strongly opposed to them. Very, very strongly opposed to them. And the reason why is because all they are distractions and cover-ups for the underground Catholic genocide happening in San Diego. I'm a Catholic man myself, and I am followed constantly by people speaking gibberish nonstop. Even in City Hall, I'm surrounded by people speaking gibberish nonstop.
Please speak to the proclamation.
So I wanted to say, I know my First Amendment rights, and if I come here and want to come here to spend my time and to say if I'm opposed to something or if I'm for something, I'm allowed to say the reason I'm opposed to a certain something. I know my rights. And the reason I'm opposed to these dates is because, in my opinion, with my First Amendment right, I believe that they are cover-up for a Catholic genocide happening in San Diego, where people are being driven completely crazy and driven to suicide and driven constantly surrounded by Freemasons who are telepathic, who've done Hermetic chants in the Masonic Lodge to become telepathic. Freemasons surround Catholics and speak gibberish nonstop while saying their thoughts out loud to try to drive them crazy, mentally ill, suicidal, into drugs. And there's the underground genocide, and that for City Council to say, like, we support human rights and we support all these human rights issues, they're phonies. If they support human rights, then why are they covering up a Catholic genocide? And I know my First Amendment rights, and I feel a little frustrated I was interrupted, because if I come here and spend my time and say if I'm opposed to an issue, I have the right to say why I'm opposed to it. And I believe that these dates are cover-ups for a Catholic genocide that's happening in San Diego. It's a miracle I'm even alive right now, because after being made homeless in the dead of winter by liberals in Cincinnati, I moved to San Diego to not freeze to death. And I, for the past year, when I go to job interviews, they also speak gibberish to me and read my mind and mess with me. I can't get a job in San Diego. And for the past year, I've been followed around and had my head completely mentally destroyed by people speaking gibberish around me nonstop, saying my thoughts. And it is a true genocide. And City Council are phonies. They don't care about human rights. They're covering up a Catholic genocide in San Diego. And I don't want to be interrupted again.
should do some house cleaning real quick. I brought my broom. We could just yell.
Well, we can hear you. They
I
can
know,
hear
yeah.
themselves. Now, why don't you go ahead and proceed and we'll figure out.
It's cool, I'm live, so we're getting it out there, you know what I mean? At least it's not edited. Anywho, it's good to see you guys on this level, and like, this is how it should be. This close to the people. I know it terrifies you guys, but you know, to really feel like you're living and doing what the people need, we should be on the same level and not you guys up on a dais. It feels like you're trying to be above the people. Anywho, so I'm going to connect 31 and 30 and S500 and S504. So with the Pollinator Week, I think you guys, you know, there's always underlying things when you have these proclamations. And again, I feel like you should spend more time on, you know, when we have people that are into environmental protection, I would think that they would be into geoengineering and making sure that, you know, we don't have things like that that are not only detrimental to us as human beings, but also the environment. And so, you know, bees are heavily affected by 5G. And there aren't as many as there should be. And this is why, you know, the environment is affected. And so it's like you guys want to talk about climate change and things like that, but you don't talk about the man-made weather warfare that is happening. And that is egregious because it's like, that's affecting all of us. And I just don't understand, for people who do claim to care about the environment, then that stuff should bother you. And it's a disgrace to say this is Pollinators Week when there are things that are happening that are detrimental to them that could be stopped. It doesn't have to take place. Just like the storms didn't have to take place, but when there's, you know, cloud seeding happening, there's detriment that follows. And so it's like, if we don't, the librarian and for the elementary, you know, what bothers me is there's a lot of sexualization of children happening in schools, and that is the truth. It's happening with books and, you know, under the guise of pride. But this is very about things that they shouldn't know. It's not something that children should be learning. You know, they should be learning things that are going to help them in life, and it feels like, you know, kids are failing because of curriculum and stuff like this. So I just feel like as you guys want to sit here and be so happy about things, we need to talk about the underlying things as well.
Thank you. That does conclude your time. That concludes in-person public comment. I've started the 5-minute timer. In council in committee room, we will now turn to the virtual queue, in which there are currently 3 participants requesting to speak. Please state which proclamation item or items you wish to speak to. We'll go first to caller with the last 4 digits, 8700. If you can please unmute, please proceed.
Thank you. By the way, I was applauding with everyone. I'm going to do all of them, Deputy City Clerk. Hello?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
No question. Deputy City Clerk, I will be doing all items.
Oh, all items, okay, thank you. You'll have 3 minutes.
Sorry about that, I think I was kind of muffled. Okay, so let's start with Bird Rock. Oh my God, I just, those 4 faces, those faces of the children in the song, I mean, this is the beauty, this is the beauty. This is just part of the whole circle, and I just thank you, you guys and gals. You were just so great. You just touched my heart. I love you so much. And then on Mark Davis Day, I just want to say that the very first speaker who spoke on that, and he just said it so eloquently, and I wanted to thank him for that. And Mark Davis, thank you for making the world better. And then Shauna Anderson, same for you. I celebrate you, and I thank you for making the world better. Now, here's the main one for me today, and that is number 30, which is Pollinator Week. So here we go. Enabling the reproduction of flowering plants. San Diego is a Bee City USA affiliate. Thank you for that, Mayor. One of the pollinator heroes to me is director of the World Beet Cultural Center in San Diego's Balboa Park, Makeda Cheatham. Thank you, Makeda. You do beautiful things for San Diego, and you love our pollinators. Okay, and then lastly, I want to suggest that you Google the image of a bee's affectionately called pollen pants, where they carry the pollen and the nectar back to the hive. It's just an amazing thing. It's actually, the little bags are woven with hair, and it's just an amazing thing. So I celebrate with all of you a great job in moving and adapting this morning, and looking forward to the rest of the day, and love to all.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Blair Beekman. Please unmute.
I wanted to speak on item 30, just one item today.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank yourselves for this item. To be thankful to our butterflies and bees is a good thing. In stressing the importance of all the things we have to consider so we can continue to have our flowers. And an overall good luck that as different levels and forces that kind of as we try to work on our issues, we try to find the constructiveness out of it. Identifying the weaknesses is important, but good luck how we can do that in the same public dialogue. I think that can be a good thing. I try to practice how to do that. Good luck. From the negative, speak of the positive. It makes for good meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Kathleen Lippett. Please begin.
Thank you. Good morning, Council, and thank you for this proclamation of the pollinators. I wanted to speak about phenology. It's the timing of endemic plant species, and it's essential to understanding their growth cycles, and which have evolved to be compatible with flowering, fruiting plants, bird migrations, and endemic insects. If you have a pollinator with nothing to pollinate, the pollinator dies. Fruiting and flowering in native natural environments evolve to be compatible so they can all survive. That process is disrupted when endemic insect and plant species are replaced with things like marijuana and hemp grows that are not native. They consume massive amounts of water and are grown with pesticides, insecticides, and herbicides that will poison native plants, insects, and wildlife. Those who care enough to proclaim the importance of pollinators for a proclamation should recognize these harms. Audra's reference to glyphosate.
Thank you. That does conclude your time.
Okay.
Our next speaker is Tony. Please begin. Tony, we can't hear you very well. We can hear like a tiny little bit. Can you turn up your volume or something? That's better.
Hey, how's it going? Good morning, Council. How you doing today? I just wanted to say today, I support the Bee Pollinator Week and the initiatives to bring attention and highlight all the actions in support of bees and pollination. Pollination plays a central role in our food production. Supporting local bees that are native to the area is super important. Honeybees often get all the credit and they get all the glory, but we have blue bumble, we have a blue bee, and a number of other native bees that actually burrow inside the ground and cities, and the more that we pave over everything and put concrete over everything, we're getting rid of the spaces where they burrow, because not all bees burrow in hives and big colonies like the way honeybees do. So it's important to know on that side. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. That does conclude your time. I'll note for the record the 5-minute timer has concluded with one speaker left in the queue. No other speakers will be taken. Natalie Rashke, please unmute and be.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for hearing me today. It's Natalie Rashke. I just wanted to comment on the pollinator week. It's contradictory that we have this week, but yet we still spray our skies with chemicals. I live in a big apartment complex, and I even have pictures where they come in every summer and spray all the plants, and we have mass amount of dead bees in the parking lot. So if we're going to have pollinator week, what are we also going to do to protect them in areas such as big apartment complex? Who's using what chemicals to kill these bees, and why? We spray our skies, they want to say contrails or chemtrails. Which one is it? Because when we spray the skies, we're spraying our children too. Thanks.
Thank you. That concludes public comment on proclamation items.
All right, thank you, Deputy Clerk. I'll kick off council member comment and move the proclamations. Item 30, pollinator work. As we've heard, in partnership with Mayor Gloria, this proclamation sustains the buzz that San Diego values its environmental impact as a designated bee city. Pollinators are proof that sometimes even the smallest constituents have the biggest impact. And without our pollinators and native plants that go hand in hand to support our biodiversity, our local food system, and economy, San Diego would not have the vibrant ecosystem that we know and love without pollinators. From bees to butterflies and everything in between, we rely heavily on these pollinators to sustain our communities. It is important that we continue to do everything we can in San Diego to protect our diverse ecosystem from the many challenges that their pollinators face, including climate change. And I know my staff was taking notes based on some of the comments the public made. Thank you to all the scientists, biologists, local environmental organizations to protect our city's pollinators and keep San Diego thriving. And a special thank you to Professor Dr. James Nye for your research and your passion in this area. Item S501, Bird Rock Elementary 75th Anniversary Day. So congratulations to the school for 75 years of service to the youth of La Jolla and San Diego through education and innovation. As many of you know, Bird Rock Elementary holds a special place in my family's heart. My wife taught there for more than 25 years, and my children attended their elementary school years there. Being able to witness firsthand the dedication and care that the school and staff put into our youth is worthy to take a moment to celebrate this anniversary, recognizing the leadership and teachers of the past to those who are leading and will lead to this school forward. And to the parents, this is the first place that I did community volunteer work. So who knows, you do some community volunteer work, you end up as an elected official. I don't know if that's bad or good, but at least that was my path. Anyway, from earning multiple awards and honors as a California Distinguished School, one of America's healthiest schools, Bird Rock Elementary continues to foster a thriving, supportive, and premier community where students feel encouraged to learn and succeed. Leading today and sustaining high standards for students and the communities is the school's principal, Dr. Eric Benetel. Dr. Benetel remains committed to ensuring that the Bird Rock Elementary continues to be a place where students and parents alike feel confident and connected. And with administrators like Principal Dr. Benetel, staff, teachers, and parents, Bird Rock Elementary has upheld its standards over the past 75 years. Today we celebrate. Tomorrow I know you continue to work on behalf of the students. And then, item 31, Shauna Anderson Day. In partnership with Council Member Von Wilpert, I congratulate and thank Shauna Anderson for her working commitment of 26 years to the San Diego River Park, with the past 6 years as the Executive Director of the Joint Powers Authority. Shauna has been consistently at the forefront for local environmental protections and open space advocacy in District 1. From securing over $6 million in state and federal funding for regional trail projects to being a and staff, she provided critical oversight on major habitat restoration projects built by others, but now a JPA management responsibility. She drove critical advances to the long-term build-out of the 71-mile Coast to Crest Trail, with now 50 miles already in place. She transformed long-term plans into groundbreaking projects that expands environmental access and restore natural habitats. Because of her, residents and visitors are able to experience more of what San Diego and the region has to offer. Thank you, Shauna, for your exceptional work with the San Diego JPA and everything that you've done for our city. Congratulations on your retirement. Would you like to offer a few words?
Thank you, Council President Joe LaCava. I really like the connection between Pollinator Week and the San Diego River Park, because protecting our open spaces and our river valleys in the San Diego region is so critical to our pollinators. I'd like to thank the City of San Diego for your years of support for the JPA, particularly two board members, current board members, Joe LaCava and Marnie Von Wilpert, who've been on the board of the JPA since I've been the director, and engagement as we navigate the challenges of protecting our open spaces. 35 miles of those 50 miles of the Coast to Crest Trail and other trails in the park are within the City of San Diego city limits. It's a team effort, and I'd like to acknowledge some of our JPA staff that are here. Please raise your hand. We have a wonderful team of only 12 people, and we accomplish so much. I'd like to thank my family, who's also here. Please raise your hand. I like to say that I've raised my kids at the San Diego River Park, and that's true. Finally, I'd like to give a quick thank you to the first responders and the fire department of the City of San Diego. Yesterday, a brush fire appeared next to Lake Hodges, and thanks to the firefighters and first responders, it was only a brush fire. It was contained within just a short time, and thankfully protecting the important San Diego River Valley. So thank you so much. I appreciate the recognition.
All right, thank you, John, again. Congratulations. I will move the proclamations, and we'll go to Council Member Foster.
Yes, thank you, Council President, and just a quick congratulations to all of the folks and organizations that are being recognized for the proclamations. I would like to speak briefly on item 30 and S504. First, starting with Pollinator Week 2026. Would like to thank you, Council President, and the Mayor's Office for bringing this proclamation forward. Also, just want to recognize a very special place in District 4, known as the Paradise Hills Native Garden. With the work of your office and the Mayor's Office, it has been incorporated into the City of San Diego's Bee City program. And so it is just such a beautiful place. And I say, we talk about the resiliency of District 4, that native garden is actually built on an old landfill. So you can only imagine the challenges that go along with that, as you can only penetrate to certain levels and degrees. And I tell you, they have really found a way to make that into a beautiful space. Not only do they have the bee garden that they have out there, but they also have a butterfly garden as well. So if you ever have a chance, you like gardening, please stop by the Paradise Hills Native Garden. It's just a beautiful space. I say it's kind of like the zoo. They have all the species out there with all the names of the species, and it's really a beautiful educational place. So thank you. Just a big shout out to Nancy and Wes Jansen and all the volunteers for everything that takes place at Paradise Hills Garden. Also, S504, Mark Davis Day. Proud Proud to bring this proclamation forward with Mayor Todd Glory to recognize Mark Davis Day and celebrate a career that has meant so much to Oak Park in our city. For nearly 4 decades, Mark dedicated himself to public service and to creating spaces where people could learn, connect, and feel welcome. And if you've ever been out to the Oak Park Library and the Friends of the Library and the events, it is truly, truly a place that brings community together for fellowship. As we know, libraries are an anchor in our community. Again, special places where we open the doors and just create fellowship and opportunity for our residents. And Mark understood that. Through his leadership and partnership with the Friends of the Oak Park Library, the branch became a trusted community space and brought people together and created opportunities for generations of residents. And we see that impact directly in our office today. As you saw through the efforts there and my engagement with the Oak Park community and the Friends of the Oak Park Library, Jackson that came up and gave comment is now an intern in my office, and he made it very adamant that he wanted to be here today to recognize Mark. So just really appreciate the partnership Mark built with the community, library staff, and his commitment to making sure the future of the Oak Park Library reflected the needs of the people who use it every day. So on behalf of District 4 and the Oak Park community, Friends of the Oak Park Library, the City of Oak Park, and the City of San Diego. And just want you to really enjoy this next chapter, and it is well deserved. And of course, you are invited and want to make sure we see you at the new Oak Park opening when we get that building completed. So looking forward to having you there. Mark, would you like to say a few words if you want? Please.
All right, co-workers, it might have been nice if you had let me know that I was going to be speaking today ahead of time. Yeah, our libraries are definitely our hubs to our communities. More than just places for educational material, but they are community centers. And I'm very happy and proud to have been able to work in one and serve a community in the city. And I want to remind you guys, $1 for dollar investments in libraries is probably more than in police. So, thank you for restoring as much of the library funding as you were able. I appreciate it.
I'm sure Lena Chavez will be giving you a big giant hug. Looking forward to having you at the opening of the new Oak Park Library. So with that, I will second the motion and thank you for the opportunity, Council President.
All right, thank you. So we have a motion by myself and a second by Councilmember Foster to move the proclamations. I don't see anybody else on the lights, so please call the roll, Deputy Clerk.
I have set up the voting system. Please cast your vote. Councilmember Whitburn, could you state your vote for the record, please? Thank you. The item passes unanimously with the Council District 5 absent.
All right, thank you for that. Continue to ask the indulgence of those assembled here. We're going to pause briefly to go into chambers to take pictures with the 4 recipients of the proclamation. Anybody who wants to come into chambers and witness the photos, you're welcome to do that. If you choose to leave, 2 elevators are working. I've been told 2 elevators are in fact working, so you won't have to walk all the way back down. So my colleagues would join me in chambers so that we can take pictures with the 4 recipients.
Thank you. Yeah. That helped.
Congratulations, guys. You did awesome. That's going to be a memory. No, that was all. That was important.
Was it 9-ish? 10. Oh, here's 2 hours. Perfect. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Of course. And then, yeah, I got 40 minutes left. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Oh, if they want to meet you on 10, just grab one of those all day. Yeah, it's right in the Yes.
Really good.
And they're like,
It's like.
That was really helpful. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Okay, we're back from a brief pause, but Kevin, why don't you take attendance of the council members?
Councilmember Campbell.
Here.
Councilmember Whitburn.
Here.
Councilmember Foster. Von Wilpert. Council President Pro Tem Lee.
Here.
Councilmember Campillo.
Here.
Councilmember Moreno.
Present.
Councilmember Hilo Rivera.
Present.
Council President LaCava.
Present. All right, thank you, and again, thank you for indulging us as we kind of navigate these technical problems. So we're going to proceed with the approval of consent items, and there are two corrective statements for the record. Our city attorney?
Thank you, Council President. On item S501, our office will be submitting a corrected digest and ordinance to clarify that the ordinance, if approved, will remain in effect without any further action by council if Vehicle Code Section 21214.7 is extended by the state legislature.
All right, thank you for that, and I believe the office of the mayor has a correction as well.
Thank you, Council President. For item 100, the staff report and resolution indicate that appointee Stephanie Benvenuto resides in Council District 1. However, she actually resides in Council District 2. A corrected resolution will be submitted following the meeting.
There we go. With that, are there any requests to pull an item or any of the items by the council? I don't see any requests. So with that, Deputy Clerk, please proceed with public testimony on the consent items.
Thank you, Council President. Please note each speaker will have 1 minute per item per person. If you would like to speak on 3 or more items, you will have a maximum of 3 minutes. The consent agenda includes items 10, 50 through 52, 100, 101, S501, S502, and S503. Also, let me know for the record the potential appointments that are on the agenda this morning. Item 100 is the potential appointment of Stephanie Benvenuto, John Ford, Tyler Martin, and Tiffany McDaniel to the Homelessness Revenue Account Citizens Oversight Committee. Item 101 is the potential appointment of Tom Harmon to the Board of Building Appeals and Advisors. We did receive comments on item S501 on our e-comment form, which has been distributed to the council. With that, we will go to in-person comment. Max Schmidt, please come forward. You have submitted speaker slips on all of the consent items, so you will have a maximum of 3 minutes.
Hi, I just wanted to use my First Amendment right here today at City Hall and say that with my First Amendment right, in my opinion, I'm opposed to all of the consent agenda items. I'm opposed to every single one with my First Amendment right and in my opinion. And I want to say the reason why. The reason why I'm opposed to all of these items is because I believe that everything should be stopped and that the city government should actually be shut down until more awareness is drawn about the Catholic genocide. And if I'm going to get in trouble for not staying on topic, one of the item 100 is appointments to the Homeless Revenue Account Citizens Oversight Committee. I think the Homeless Revenue Oversight Committee should be shut down until awareness is drawn that homeless Catholic people are, you can call it death by gibberish, where Freemasons surround homeless Catholic people and speak gibberish nonstop to the point they go mentally ill, commit suicide, or turn to drugs. And it's an underground hidden genocide. And I want to say the reason why I'm opposed to these items and why it's such a big deal is because homeless people are dying. And they're being intentionally driven to suicide, intentionally driven to drugs by telepathic people surrounding them nonstop, surrounding them at the homeless shelter, surrounding them on public transit, surrounding them every single place they go, and speaking gibberish so that their mind is constantly going insane. Imagine being forced to wear headphones that all you hear is gibberish all day long through these headphones, and then half the time, if you can make out any of the gibberish, it's saying your thoughts out loud. Imagine how that could drive someone to suicide or drug addiction. There's an underground genocide in San Diego that's being covered up, and city council are phonies. They don't care about human rights because they know about this underground genocide, and the reason I know why is because when I come to City Hall, city council members are actually intentionally speaking gibberish to try to drive me crazy. And they know they're guilty. And I'm not stupid. Stop targeting Catholics. Shame on all of you.
Thank you. That does conclude your time. Allegedly, Audra, please come forward and state the items you'd like to speak to.
We'll cover as much as possible.
Okay,
Take 3 minutes.
you listed items 50, 52,
Yes.
100, S501, S502, and S503 on your speaker slip?
That's right.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Let's do this. All right, fun fact, flies also pollinate, so that's interesting. You may not want to kill them, you know what I mean? It's like they also, there's a reason why they go after poop. Anywho, so yes, I'll continue to say this with your software agreements. I feel like it is very negligent when we are engaging with these monopolies that have all of the government information, again, because it seems convenient, but it's very dangerous with the people who have nefarious intentions like BlackRock and Vanguard who are, just being given our data. It's crazy. Nobody cares. And then this appointment for the homeless revenue account. I feel like you should rename that because it sounds like you're making money off the homeless. I mean, you do, but I feel like it needs to be more along the lines of the, homelessness TOT revenue account, because it really does. It doesn't look good. But I guess let's be transparent with the people so that they know, you know what I mean, that they're, a hot commodity because they make a lot of money. And with this electric bike stuff, I just feel like eventually these are going to be regulated like cars. So you're going to need a license and insurance and all of that stuff. So I mean, people, Sean, that bike, you know what I mean? You're going to have to get a specific license for it. And children will too, so it's interesting. And then with this emergency ambulance transportation billing, so I understand this is for billing, but ambulances like Falk Ambulance are ambulances that are picking people up, and I would like to specify ambulance number 36 that is engaged in drugging people. Falk also manufactures some of these drugs that they use to kind of sedate people, and it is something that is known that happens in ambulances, not just in Falk but across the nation and probably the world, where people who get sedated also get sexually assaulted. And Andrea Epping had a rape kit done after she was in a Falk ambulance after she was assaulted by Anthony Warner, San Diego PD officer, and put into this ambulance in one of those like burritos, or they just like wrap you up, it's a wrap or whatever, and she wound up in the hospital with no clothes. And they're like, where are your clothes? I mean, she had them at the skate park, Raul, where it's in your district, but evidently when she ended up in the hospital, there were no clothes, and she had a rape kit done, and when that was done, they said, this is one of the worst cases I've seen. And I saw a bunch of bruises on her legs that looked like, you know, fingerprints on the inside of her thighs, and so it's very concerning to know that this is happening in the city of San Diego, and right now they have deemed her incompetent. So, you know, all of this can get buried under the rug. Good job.
Bob Caducey. Please state the item you would like to speak to.
Item 10, the minutes.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say that I'd like to see more detail in the minutes rather than less. The minutes are supposed to reflect what happened at the meeting. They're searchable so people can look for what they're interested in. And I've heard that the push to actually reduce the amount of detail in the minutes when citizens speak rather than increase it. And I think it should be increased so that what we say here is at least captured to some degree. I know it has to be summarized. It might be something for AI to do at some point, but I do think that, you know, I spent 6 hours here yesterday waiting to give a 2-minute speech, and I think citizens deserve a little more than just their name and a couple of words. Also, I don't understand why we're now reducing all citizen comments to 1 minute. There's not that many speakers here. There's no justification to not have 2 minutes today. And I've seen it again and again. Now, I can understand if you have a council full of, you know, a chamber full of people, as we did yesterday with the telecom, but in general, we should deserve 2 minutes per the Brown Act. Thank you.
That concludes your time. Anthony Rouse. Please state the items you'd like to speak to.
I'd like to speak to item 10. I'd like to speak to item 100. And I'd like to speak to item S501, please.
Okay, you'll have 3 minutes.
With regard to item 10, well, first of all, good afternoon, City Council. With regard to item 10, I would like to say that I strongly agree with what Bob just shared. I also share that position as well. I think that if we're making the time to park down here, if we're making the time to sit here for hours, if we're making the time to routinely show up, I think that we all deserve to have what we say recorded as accurately as possible and as thoroughly as possible. Moving on to item 100, good luck with these appointments. I know that empty seats can't make the important decisions that are needed with regard to all of these issues. So I hope that these people are appointed. I'm not sure who they are, but I hope that they are qualified, and good luck to them. And with regard to item S501, the municipal code, the new sections 8419, 8420, and 8421 relating to electric bicycle safety. I'm assuming that I actually have not seen those codes specifically, so I can't speak to all the nuances within them, but I just wanted to share my own personal testimony with regard to electrical bicycle safety, and share that my brother's almost been hit by an electric bike, actually grazed his base. Almost, thankfully, it didn't hurt him and it didn't hurt his base, but I'm sure that you hear stories like this all the time, so I won't bore you with more details. Just hoping that we can do something with regard to public safety with these electric bicycles. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes in-person public comment. I've started the 5-minute timer in the committee room. We will now turn to the virtual queue, in which there are 7 participants requesting to speak. We will begin with John Ellier. John, please begin.
Thank you. Good morning, City Councilman. John Brady with Lived Experience Advisors. I'd like to speak on the consent agenda and item 100, please. Thank you.
Okay.
So, item 100.
Sorry, item 100?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute then. Thank you.
And also the consent agenda.
That is.
Item 100 is on the consent agenda?
Oh, sorry about that. I want to speak on the item related to the Homeless Revenue Committee as well.
Okay. You'll have
Thank you.
2 minutes, please.
So I am concerned about this homeless revenue committee. We've spoken with our members. The way the language of this committee is set up, it appears that no one from the homeless services space could actually serve on the committee if they are recipients of any city funding, which is almost everyone in the space, including our own. What appears to be developing based on the first 4 appointments is that there is no homeless services or knowledge or experience happening, and on top of it, we are, and I have no problem with the individuals or the resumes, but what's happening is we are actually creating an exception for someone who does not live in the city who is a lobbyist. This committee, if it has impact over how this funding is spent, looks like to me it will largely be made up by business people and no one with any lived experience or knowledge of the industry itself. And that is problematic for us. As to the public comment area, I did want to say that when you call in, right now, you get an error if you dial in and enter the code. It says either it doesn't recognize it or asks for the code again and people hang up. Also, when we pull an item like yesterday on PATH, we had some people set up to speak, but we could not give them time to get on the phone because there was not the presentation that was planned for. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Aurora Livingston. Please state the items that you would like to speak to and begin.
Good morning, Council President and Council members. My name is Aurora, and I'm speaking today on behalf of California State Senator Catherine Blakespear on item S501. The Senator supports this ordinance to improve e-bike safety and thanks Councilmember Campillo for his leadership on this important issue. Senator Blakespear applauds the City of San Diego for taking such a thoughtful, education-first approach to improving e-bike safety. E-bikes really are an important part of our transportation system. They provide a sustainable mobility option for many residents. Unfortunately, there have been serious injuries involving young riders who may not have the training or understand the rules of the road to safely operate these e-bikes. This ordinance strikes the right balance by establishing a reasonable age restriction and prioritizing public education. And these are common sense guardrails that focus on prevention and will help keep all road users safe. Senator Blakespear looks forward to advancing complementary state legislation to strengthen e-bike safety standards and improve consumer protections. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Leif Genser. Please state the item you would like to speak to.
Hi there, my name is Leif Genser. I wanted to speak on S501. I myself am an avid e-bike rider. I take it to go to the grocery store and I ride it all the time. I have a class 1 e-bike which is limited to 20 miles per hour. I want to point out that you picked up the worst staple to support when it comes to e-bikes. There is no bicycle advocacy group out there that supports this particular bill, especially because it would limit children under 12 to ride class 1 and class 2 e-bikes. These are not the e-bikes that people are always talking about. These are not e-motos. These are typically not the e-bikes that kids are doing wheelies on. I want you to understand this has nothing to do with kids riding on the highway. This has nothing to do with kids doing wheelies. Please don't use the excuse that you're doing something, because what you're doing is you're doing the easy thing and you are creating bad externalities for people that cannot vote. So, if you care about e-bike safety, you would be consistently and would be better at implementing safe bicycle infrastructure. My ask is, you can do all of the education first stuff, and yes, you can all the education first stuff, and I'm opposed to better enforcement, but please take out the age restriction on class 1 and class 2 e-bikes. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. That does conclude your time. Please note that the 5-minute timer has concluded with 5 speakers left in the queue. No other speakers will be taken. Next up is Ross Tritt. Please state the item you'd like to speak to and begin.
Thank you. Speaking on S501. Good morning, Council President Latava and members of the San Diego City Council. My name is Ross Tritt, and I'm speaking on behalf of Assemblymember Tasha Berner in support of item S501, which would opt the City of San Diego into the AB 2234 pilot program. Thank you again to Councilman Campillo for championing this ordinance in San Diego. Assemblymember Tasha Berner offered AB 2234 in response to the growing number of e-bike collisions involving young riders across her district.